Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Space Engineers No Jetpack Survival. It's good to have you here, and we're still on a big ship. We got a little bit more work to do on the hull, a little bit more interior work to do, lots in fact to get on with. So I'm just going to firstly just get myself some more steel plates just to give myself what I need to actually get going with all this build. I'm going to use the little weldy, grindy ship thing, the whatever I called it. And yeah, we're gonna get some work done on the outside of this ship just to see if we can box that off. About time. Okay, so here, what did I call this ship? Small grid, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, never mind. Kestrel, that's what it was. We're gonna properly name it. Something like that. Okay, so we've got plenty of uranium in this thing. There's no reason to have to think about fuel or efficiency or anything. We've got lights on board, which is good. Right, let's have a quick walk around the ship and see what needs to be done. So weapons, that's just needs a bit of tidying up around there. This needs finishing off because this ends a bit too suddenly there, so this needs being brought up and sort of tapered down. This is fine. Oh, we've got some drama going on here. I'm gonna have to get landed because that sounds like spiders. I don't want in like a little bit of a kind of like a little bit of a sort of walk around, sort of pre-recording. I found that our guns can often, well, our guns on the base can often attack my own base. I don't know how that's happening because it is all part of the same thing. But, yeah. So, yeah, it's usually best to sort of force the spiders to come to me rather than let the guns try to deal with it when they spawn underneath there. I could do it putting some guns underneath the platform actually, just for good measure, because otherwise we're going to go on a long trip and come back to find that the platform's gone. Right, so this bit's done. It just needs a window thing across there. I need to think about broadside weapons. We could potentially put them in... Well, there's various places where we have ports actually we can use, but if we do a lot of top side and bottom side, it should cover a lot of the broadside automatically. We could do a little bit of broadside around, there's a little tree there, somewhere around these areas here where we've got loads of ports. We're going to have a lot on the top, a lot on the bottom. I don't think we're going to need too much on the sides. Yeah, I think we should be fine. Right, this bit here, what I'm probably going to do is sort of taper that in a bit, bring it back, and then sort of fringe it off around the edges rather than trying to tape it all into the thrusters. It's just going to be a little bit easier. And it'll look pretty cool anyway. This bit here needs doing, so this whole side bit on both sides needs to be brought out in line with that. Maybe a little further out. Yeah. Okay, so that's first things we should do is like taper these in. So let's go G, and good. Let's get our colour right. It doesn't matter too much, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this out a little bit because this comes out all the way there like that. So I'm going to bring this all the way across.
Meteor storm inbound.
But here I'm going to taper that in like that, and then that's where that's going to end there. So yeah, This is going to mean some interior, some exterior welding needed to do this wall. Okay. Got meteors coming in, but that's fine. This block's going to need to be kind of like one of these. I can't see because of the lights. I can't shoot. Yeah, okay. Like that. And then I can go to these. There, and then that needs to be kind of a I don't think that's... Oh, is that going to fit? Yeah, that's nice. Perfect. Okay, so that's that bit sorted. I have to do the same on that side. So we're going out to there, we're just sloping straight down and filling in. Yeah, okay. Okay, quite happy with that. We could have done some of that with heavy armor, but I'm going to use plate as much as possible for heavy armor because I don't really want to weigh this ship down. It's not a combat ship. This is basically like a colony ship. Right, so here we have this whole dilemma of we've got our thruster pack here, and we've got this whole section here that sort of stops where it is. Kind of needs to come out a bit further really to join on with the rest of that, but we've got this slope that sort of ends there, which might be a little problematic, so I might even need to refactor that. So actually no, don't know, maybe come in there like that and just leave it in, come out again just a bit further down because I'm going to have to come around that anyway at some point here. So this block needs to come out one further at least. That's just like a... Is that like a big solid block there? Oh yeah, it's the floor for that bit. We probably actually want to bring this out and not make this a room. So this is technically just the room bit. And the sides of here can be stuff. This bit here really is just like... sort of just there, just to protect that. So perhaps we need heavy armor here. Okay. Okay, let's put a heavy armor block in. So this bit here, right, this just right here actually, no, here. You gonna go there? Yeah. I think we're going to go heavy straight across here to protect the reactor, because if a reactor goes, it's going to irradiate half the ship, and I kind of don't want that. So yeah, that'll help protect the reactor a little bit. Obviously with the reactor being kind of right there, there is obviously the thruster there that could be a problem, but if I get shot out, also airtight in this bit. We're probably going to have to do a bit of interior work around there to sort of help shield the reactor a bit more as well. So yeah, we'll get to that. So we've got that there, but then I don't necessarily need heavy on this bit, so I can go back to light and just keep the look right. Yeah. I'm gonna just go bring this line around here, so should be fine for that. This bit sort of just ends. Oh god. Let's not do that. I feel like these bits just need to be brought out a bit more. Okay, now we're on to the bit that kind of can't join in too much, so I'm gonna have to, maybe this bit's gonna have to sort of taper in. And we'll just do that. Oof, no, because I can't put that there, because that's got to go up. So I can't put anything in those blocks there. Not in any of these two. So I think here we are literally just coming across here. There's a block space between that and this, so that's good. So it's not going to sort of connect into that, although it could, because that's static, that bit. No, it's not. That's on a piston. We don't want to join those. So just getting the basics in. Then here we're sort of bringing it in. Oh, it's getting light. Good. It's going to be nice to be able to see. Right. I feel like I need to try and replicate that on the other side before I forget what I just did. I've probably already forgotten what I just did. So. Right. I think that's the same. If it's a little different, it's fine, as long as the outside's the same. So, this bit here, I don't know what I'm doing with that. I guess I'm just, I was looking at it from the bottom, which is half the point of being here. I think that's fine. Then, yeah, I can just put that in there like that and bring this across. It's possible that we may want to push those ions out a little bit. Possible, but I'm not sure. We're leaving room for like underside armoring, so this should be fine. So I'm just going to put that in like that. That. Subject to change. Right. Okay, so that's a lot of that side bit sort of worked out. I need to put, oh yeah, I need to put the slope on the end of that. And we can always work on some variation to this shape later. But effectively, it's kind of just like a simple shape, this ship. With a big cutout in the middle for our thrusters, which is makes it a bit more cool. Right, okay. So that's that. Oh yeah, I need to do the other side of that. Don't do too much on one side, because you might mess up trying to repeat it on the other side. Of course, if you're doing this in creative mode rather than survival, you can use mirror mode. Okay, now that block there, did I go all the way to the end there like silly, like a stupid idiot? I did, but that doesn't look too bad actually. Not everything has to perfectly blend, although if we can, probably should. Nope. Come on, which is the right rotation? That's the one. That's better. No. Okay. Grinder mode is 5. Right. That's G. Yeah. Oh, was it there? That's wrong. That's right. Okay, so that sort of slopes it back forward a little bit, keeps that line going nicely. Good. Okay, so here There's quite a lot going on here. What is that? Might be a jump drive, that. Oh no, it's the big thruster. Yeah, of course. I have to weld all these thrusters yet. Okay, so got quite a lot going on around here that sort of needs to be figured out. Let's see, but we're going on half blocks for these, so I'm going to put that in there. And then we're going to go full blocks. I'm just going to, well, let's have a look. There's a passageway that goes all the way through there, but you can't get through on the top bit, so I can actually cut this straight off. Right across here. Yeah. Now I need to put some thrusters on here, so ion. Here we go. Now let's see what I can actually fit in here. I could put a cluster of like lots of small ones, or I could put some really big ones in. Where's cool? Where could it go? I mean, the ions take up a bit less space, so I could technically put it like that. Fill up some of that space there. I think before we do that, I need to sort of flesh this bit out. I was going to join that onto there, I think, but I'm not sure I'm going to do that. It would make it impossible to put an ion in there like that. Or do we put the ions there and there? And sort of have a big square back end. I don't know. Could look a bit weird. Or here. Oh, that's not a bad spot to put it actually. There. Yes. Okay. Now I can put that in. I think, what did we do? Did we do it there? Was it down or up compared to that line? Yeah, it was down, so we could still access it. Perfect. Yeah, that's not a bad spot actually. Pretty good. Now we need a bit more ion thrust than that, so we need some small ones in there as well. I feel like we should probably flesh this bit out first. So now I can join these up. Need some pipes, so conveyor, armoured. That's got all of them. So we're just gonna find a straight line conveyor. Put you in there, and put a C shape in. Yep. And do this on both sides to make sure that we're taking advantage of those conveyor connections. Okay. Whoa. We suddenly run out of power. How did we suddenly run out of power? Well, I broke something there. That's annoying. Okay. I need to eat anyway, so I have to go get some food actually. I'm still eating the kelp crisp for now. Right. It's now missing its Oh no, because I think it had... It should have had access. Because the... Interesting. The port at the bottom had access points on the sides. I don't know. Well, right now we're not welding anyway, so I think we should be okay. Power says 10 days now. It's just a bit strange. Now the uranium's in there, but where's the rest of it? Did we lose all the rest of the uranium? Oh dear. I think we blew up our uranium. Oof. Okay, let's get ourselves parked up and then see if there's any more in the system over here. Okay, I think this ship's done. We're just gonna have to print another one. I think I hear... Yeah. Okay, this isn't great. Okay, I got struck. I'm gonna have to get inside. Oh. Call our elevator first. Go down to level 1. Not what we want. Okay, so I'm going to sit down. Oh, actually, I'm going to sit down, get my energy back, eat some foods, get myself right back up to normal, and then we'll wait for the weather to pass by. Right, storm's ended, and I've eaten possibly what could be the last food thing I can fit in. So let's queue this up for a weld. So let's see. That needs to be brought way further forward, but we can do that in a minute. I need to get the projector. Print projector. Blueprints. Oh, it's on keep projection, so I need to say show only buildable off in a minute so I can see what I need to add. I need to add 1 block. Do put in a big block there actually. Right. Okay, so here it should just have 1 little block there. Right, that's good. That should do it. Now, as long as it's welding slow enough, it should be alright. Let's just make sure these are on help others. Off. Should be on. These need to be on help others because otherwise they don't necessarily help build each other's target block. Right, get to safety. Do the pistons first. It's going to take a little bit. This is where we probably need that script to say have the pistons return at a different rate to where they pull back, but it's a bit of messing about, so I'm not going to do that right this minute. So it's that one that does the pushing forward. Okay, that one just stays out all the time. Let's change its speed a little bit. Oops, no. We could actually set I think we could do a set piston speed on the control panel actually. I'm going to do that. That's reset back to its original speed now. Okay, let's have a look on here. So, okay, right. So let's see. We've got pistons reverse, welders on off. Okay, now I need piston. Early pistons, low drill pistons. Which ones are they? Welder wall pistons. Groups. Welder wall pistons. Set speed. Let's see if there's a set value. Set velocity. And move. Set and move. That'll do. We're going to do it in sequence here. So it'll be welders on off. Okay. So edit text. Welders on off. Okay. And number 3. Text and images. Yeah, whatever. Center. Edit text. Pistons. I'm going to put print. And number 4 can actually be no content, text and images, project or on, off. Right, that's all the controls necessary. Right, so let's do a dry run without turning the welders on of doing a print with retraction. I think that's too fast. Wow, that's shot out. Okay. So, okay. Tract, set velocity, move, 0 and 0.02. 0.01. We'll make it really slow. So now that everything's set up, we're just going to go welders on and print. While it's doing that, I'm going to have to finish clearing off that sort of landing pad, and then we hopefully can carry on. Good, right. Okay, all the damage is now cleared up. Good. Okay, let's go back down and have a look at our build so far. I need to do some repairing up there. God knows how much repairing I might need to do up there. Oof. Something definitely got damaged up there and fell through everything. Yeah, it's definitely moving slow enough in order to make sure that everything gets welded. I don't mind that it's going to take a little while, but I think what I'll do, we'll set up a spectator cam and we'll time lapse this. good. All done. So I need to now... Well, I need to correct the speed on that because that's way too slow. It's just not good at all. Right, so pistons print can be groups, world of pistons, set and move. Distance should be going to 0. And we should go at 0.05. Let's like double the speed because that's fine. Okay, that should be good. And then I can get out of here and carry on with what I was doing. I need to get some more steel plate. Let's have a little look around, see what's what. Put welder mode on. Just see if I can just put a little bit more health into any of these. No, not really. Let's do a little bit of a repair of the roof here. So I'm just going to park myself down on the roof. I'm not going to use the ship to do it because it means putting loads of materials into the ship. So 1, 2, did it go in? Yep. Didn't hear it, but 3, 4. I'll use the ship to repair the arm around it. 5. I think we are going to have to get some of these around the ship as well because earthlike does also have storms. So, okay. That's the main thing. That's totally untouched. Right, put everything back. Get some steel plate for building with. Right, where were we up to on this? This bit just simply is gonna come across here at least that far. Yeah, let's just do that. Oops. There's ground behind me there. It's very tight space-wise around the back, so 6, right, that bit is probably going to have to do that, but that's not going to work with that, so that is problematic. Get my grinder on. Right. Let's see. I could go halves and... No, this is going to have to come out further. So we are literally going to have to do that to cover that. So this whole section here probably needs bringing out a bit. But I can do that again. That's stuff I can do from the inside. So here, yeah, we might as well just fill that in. So we'll keep that floor there. So that's internal access. This comes out certain, yeah, and this is going to be walled off here at least, or it might even come out a little further there. So, but again, that's stuff I can do from the inside, that bit. There's just a few bits that, like this bit here, where it's a bit bit less tidy. Kind of needs some work from an elevated position. Like this whole back section, I want to sort of turn that into a wall. I've got to, yeah, that needs to go. So grinder mode. Right, so we have that. We can stick more thrusters on that, so that's fine. Bit reluctant to just weld those up, well, to just place them in front of there because I can't weld then. That definitely needs to come across a couple more. That evens that up. Okay. And we're going to bring these out a bit, so I think from here I think we kind of come out like that, just a little bit. Again, I need to weld that bit in the middle up first. So maybe we put ourselves up on the roof and then get some materials into this ship so I can just do a bit of welding. Or I just probably pop myself down here and weld it by hand. Okay, and then there's this whole chunk down there. Which needs welding up. Suppose I can just build my way back up, I guess. It's this whole wall here that sort of is a bit of a... oh. Okay. Yeah, then we've got the inside of there that needs a bit of welding, I think. No, it's just this one live up. Need more materials. Don't have access from here at all. Guess we'll take you back off so I can put a ramp up. There's a lot of that I can weld from the inside, but do what we can here. Yeah, that bit there is probably going to need to be welded interiorly. So let's go down and do that. There'll be a doorway around here somewhere. Finally finished that passageway on each side. Now here, we're going to need to put some stuff in these blocks, so I think, let's say on that side, 5. Yep. This here is, these are ion thrusters. So that's kind of good to be able to get to. This is it's a bit of a janky place to walk through, but I can't do anything more about it, so it's just more important that I've got catwalk bits in these bits so you don't fall through. Let's just get a couple more of these out because I need a few more. So 5. Right. Okay, now I get stuck there a bit. So this bit here opens up a bit. So that's not so bad. We've got these bits here after we finished. Right. So that goes there. That one. Yeah. And then this one here should just be a plain sort of that way. Right. Better. Yeah, that makes more sense now. So we're kind of using the geometry of the fuel tanks to sort of create a passageway down there. What are these? Angled interior walls. That's the passageway next to us. I mean, technically we could have moved these out and put them into place of that, but it's just going to be a bit weird on the interior. Here, well, this sort of just stops and terminates there, but I think we've got access to the fuel tanks. That's the main thing that we're here for. So maybe we just terminate that there. It's a bit jank getting through here anyway, so it's kind of an in case of emergency situation. It doesn't really need to go anywhere, so that's fine. Okay, we know we need to go down a level, so let's get across all of this. Right, good. That will close. So we need to go downstairs. From here, this is like the very, very top level. So this needs closing in. Probably could do with a couple of extra, I don't know, something in here. A couple of other blocks here not welded. Is that the same on the other side? Open our visor, we don't need it. Yeah, I'm getting very slight Vulcan vibes from this ship. Because it's quite big and lots of sweepy lines. Right, okay, so this comes out to here. Now, here, this is going to join onto that. That's why it's like it is. This passageway comes across here. So this one, I think, needs to continue down a fair bit further. But this bit here, we need to continue this wall out. So we're just sort of fleshing this bit out. Oh, they're the wrong blocks. Ow. That actually hurt quite a lot. All the way back through again. Gotta be really careful of that welder down there. Yeah, because they're totally the wrong blocks then, so... There. Right, so here... Well, I can weld these up now. Oh, I'm out of materials, actually. Luckily... Let's get the right block on there. Energy. Oh. Well, that's going to be a problem. Oh, interior blocks. Okay. Well, first things first. Let's just do something with that. Like that. need construction components to do that. Oh, okay. One, two. Okay, that provides me some protection there. Right. Somewhere
Meteor
around
storm
here.
Inbound.
Okay, meteor storm. Nice. I need some energy, so got to sort that out before I do too much. And heal ourselves up from that rather unfortunate fall. I do quite like these windows. It is a little shame that we've got those there, but they kind of needed to finish off like that. Oh! Guess that got struck by lightning. That was a... one of them. Steel plate. Okay, that's one bit of damage there. Any more? So we'll find them as we go. Feeling like the way the light's coming through there, that is not a good seal. So we're gonna need to put something across there. But that's exterior, that's interior, so comes in a bit. Right, let's try and ensure we've done these. Now I need to definitely catwalk across here, because this bit is not necessary, but this bit we need to keep open so that we can pipe out if we want to. So it's going to be a little bit of interior work just so we can get access to the exterior properly. I think we're double railing this one. Okay, yeah. Then we're gonna do that and come down some of that way. I think we can do that. Make the loop. Yeah, to there. What is that? Oh. Well, that's quite annoying. Don't need another catwalk on that bit. Oh, I've got to go all the way around again. Let's do our energy while we're here. And our health. Does that hurt? Right, so we're taking this bit off here. We could put a door there, I guess. Get access on both sides then. This door kind of doesn't... I don't think it'll hurt to put a door there. In which case I don't need that. I just need a door. Bingo. Right, so there's our slightly more sealed off bit. Okay. Good. This goes into there, that goes into there. So this thing goes kind of all the way around a bit. Okay, let's continue and weld a bunch of these up. Oh, that's That's an odd block to go in there. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's better. So there's this bit here. Now this needs to be... Something needs to happen with this. I mean, that's the thruster there that's coming out. This bit needs to be sort of at least covered over. The back wall of that needs to come up between here and... Let's get out and have a look. So, yeah, we certainly need to do some walling around here. No ifs, buts or maybes about that. That'll have to be continued down as well. Okay. Weld up what I can here. We might be in a situation where we need nanobot build and repair to do some of this stuff. Because there's a lot of blocks and things that are possibly missed. Hard to get to, whichever. So at some point I might put nanobot build and repair on just to do a like finishing pass. But the aim would be I would actually get as much of it done as I can myself. Okay, and I've got this line here which seems to be doing something, but I can get that from the roof. Okay. It's mostly just join the dots right now. Right, so this is different to the other side there. I need to get up onto the top, I think. Can I jump it? Nope, that's deadly. Okay, well I can check it from here actually. So that ends straight. Okay, sort of. It's a little different. I think we've got a block in there which we don't have on the other side. Right, okay. So I need to go back up into the ship. Actually, is there anything I can do from down here? To the front. That's looking pretty neat, that. Yeah, I don't mind that it's quite straight along there. It's fine. This is coming in there, but I think we're going to have to sort of on another level sort of join that into there a bit more. Keep that little line there though. These are going to have to sort of have some more detail on the underside of this, but this all needs welding up first. Yeah, okay. Right. Grab some steel plates and we'll just load this thing up a little bit. Not too much, but just so I can weld a few blocks if I need them. I could do with putting like a access port on top of here so I can... Yeah, maybe we do that with one of these. Where should we put it? We need weaponry around here, so we don't really want to put it there. I want a docking port for small ships like this, so, but not so close where it's going to get cooked off by something like that. I think that's going to have to be a docking port. 8. Inset connector. So that's designed to connect flush with something like this. So That should be fine. Oh, I still need my personal inventory of steel plates to build, to cockpit build with. Right. Okay. So we do have a docking camera. Should probably line up around like that. Let's check that. Maybe it conflicts a little bit with that, but we're okay. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. So now we're locked in. I can actually start loading stuff up. So let's find our cargo container there. So now in here we need to find steel plates. 10k there. We'll fill up a large container with some, and we'll just see how we do with flying. Right. So we're in welding mode. We're going to just do what we can of this. I think I heard thunder. I'm going to have to park this down here and get out. I definitely heard a rumble. Yeah. Okay, waited that out. I hope there wasn't too much damage. Not super happy with that. But luckily it was a short one. Okay. We need to go out and have a look at the roof, because I heard something explode when I was leaving here, so... Oh, that's not good. Okay, we're fine. Right, what got blown up? Yeah, there we are. That block again, or something similar to that block. Okay, so that would be one of these. Why can't I weld that? Oh. It took all of my steel plates out. So, large cargo container, steel plates, fill you up. Wait a second, I want to see if it stays or goes. Yeah, just took it back straight away. Okay, auto crafting. Let's have a look. I know what I can do. On my cargo, it's a large cargo container. Special. Okay, and then there should be something that appears in the custom data. Maybe I have to make that lowercase. I don't know. There we are. Right. Okay, so here we can do components, steel plate. Say 2000. And now we just need to watch for... Yep, perfect. So that'll put 2000 in every time I dock now. Which is just generally better. Right. Oof, okay, here we are. So let's try and figure this out. So we've got that line there. Now it's that I need to sort out really. Block all of that off there, but I think we can ignore the interior part. G1 and just focus on this exterior part here. Okay. This block here can be an angle actually. Take that off on the other side as well. Can actually be an angle and still be airtight. It's just a little bit thin, but we should be alright. Right. We're not necessarily done putting stuff around here yet, so I can go like that. Okay. Solid blocks. Yeah, these need to go in. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that helps enclose that. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're heavy. We can't nose down when we're that heavy. Just one of those things we can't do. So right. So that helps seal that in. Okay. And then here we would definitely need to bring that way. Okay, and then here. Yeah, let's make sure I can see what block I'm on. And that bit there I can figure out. I'll just put that there. Okay. It's this side, similar deal. It's a bit boxy, but we haven't put everything on it yet. So this is just forming kind of like a security wall. Oh, that's not good. Right. Okay. Should probably weld some of that up. So we go to number 6. Start from areas we can get to without having to tip forward. We're making progress. Hopefully I've got all of that. Yeah. The bits that can't be welded from inside. Okay. That's pretty good so far. Got a bit down there that needs to be done, which should be probably an interior job. Most of that. We'll have to find ways of giving access, and we also need to move those thrusters out one, because I'm just not keen on where they are. I think they could be further out. I mean, the top thrusters are okay. Possibly. I don't know. Maybe we keep them where they are. I mean, if we move these thrusters out, I mean, we should really end up moving the other thrusters out as well by, you know, just moving them out one block, which gives us more space on the interior. But it's space we won't use because that's where where a lot of stuff is. Yeah, we keep it where it is, I think. I think it looks pretty damn cool where it is. Okay, so we just fell out of the sky again. Guessing I ran out of uranium? No? So why did I just suddenly fall out of the sky? I don't get it. It's like all of a sudden we just fell. Did I do damage to the thruster maybe? I was on. Somebody's not responding to... Right. Oh. I must have done just a bit too much damage knocking it around. Yeah, I'm guessing I'm just like rubbing the thrusters a bit too much. Right, I think that's pretty much everything that needed to be fixed. So now I should be able to... and then put our connector on it. The smaller one I can put on. We'll stick with that. I also need to put something to dock it with, so a mag plate and, well, let's see if can I put a mag plate on. Small mag plate. Well, that's very odd. Why is it saying it's drawing 100% power? Not going to go so high. 9, I'm going to stick a mag plate on the bottom of there. It might just suddenly decide to fall down when I put this mass on it, but maybe not. Okay, and I need a camera. Do I have one on my bar still? Quickly before the whole thing decides to fall down. Nope. It's doing it again, still. Right, okay, while it's like that... Oh, the batteries are just draining down. So the warfare reactors are not enough to keep up with the battery drain for some reason. So the batteries are just like dying out. Stored power 0.3%. Zero 0.4%. Batteries need charging. That's what it is. Well, I can at least put my camera on this thing anyway, so... Turn off the thrusters to let the batteries recharge. That's where the reactors are coming in. So the reactors are not strong, not good enough to produce enough power for all of it, so I might have to put a couple more reactors on here. Let's see which way around do these go. That way. One. Oof. No, don't want a big one. Two. Okay, automatic push-pull on, yeah. On, yeah. Okay. That should speed up charging the batteries. What? Okay, should do it. Let's see if that's enough. Okay, it's touch and go. It's only just enough power. Probably when I'm doing the welding, it might decide to fall. That might be the meteor storm, hopefully. Right, let's get back down. That's not meteors. Well, maybe it was. Okay. I don't want it shooting up my base again. It's not a good idea. Right, I'm a bit worried about flying this with no battery backup right now, so... because the batteries are kind of the primary source, and charging versus everything else is like, well, slow. So the reactors, basically what they do is they help extend the battery power a little bit. It's not perfect. Still got those, that little row. I could probably, no, I can't get to those from the inside. And that little gap there. On, is it on both sides? Yeah, there's a little gap there on both sides. I think that needs to be filled with something. It could probably be, well, to be honest, it could be something like that. Yeah. That solves the gap. Okay, most of this is welded up now though, so it's like not too bad. Got to do a bit of work around there to sort this out, and there's a little gap there that I've not welded up, but and obviously some shaping around where the thruster area is, because we can't just have a big box on the back, so it needs to be built in with a bit of shape. But we're also going to put a constellation of small ions in there as well, and probably around here and there. So we've got loads of ions on the back. Yeah. Okay. This isn't bad. I think we're in a position where... Oops. I think we're in a position where we're probably going to be done with the exterior on well, done with the base exterior at least, before we start putting accessories and stuff on it. Probably next week, and then we can get a load of the interior done at the same time. So in the meantime, I'm going to charge this battery up. I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to stick it on top of the ship actually, so it can charge off everything. So it's a bit more accessible as well. We'll just pop this over here. Okay. So a quick look around. All up here looks okay. I've got the front of there to sort out, but here's what it is. Through here, into here. We're gonna have to put air vents in various places around the ship, but we know that there's like points where there's stuff to actually connect to. It is symmetrical, so what's there will be on that side as well. Loads of places we can stick some floor vents and things in. Let's get some heals. Get some food. Yep, thruster there. I think we're looking pretty clean. We have to go down now. Check out the downstairs bit. Okay, so that one goes back to the elevator. This one goes to the main part. I think these are probably welded up fine. We were almost certainly going to need more of them. So let's see where all this goes now. So that's going to be walled up. So I think maybe we can actually put that in now. Safely wall this off. Could have done it with interiors actually. But yeah, nah, it's fine. We'll do this wall with interiors. Just to sort of widen this area a little bit. Is that a corridor? Yeah. Okay. And then that bit could be one of the ones that sort of seals that out actually. Corner bit, no. That. Okay. As can. Oof. What's this? That's a door block. It's that door block. Of course, that's the toilet, so you don't really want more than a tiny slip of a door thing in there. This is a bit. Yeah. Get closer. Okay. Right. And then we could go straight to putting a door on that. So lab door. I can never remember which side opens. It's the side with the arrows on it. So we want the inverted version of that. Well, the non-inverted version of that. It's got to be on that side. It's got to be upside down technically. I need a girder to build a lab door, and I can't. Good. That's pretty neat. The one is the stickers are upside down, but that's fine. Okay, so here, I think. See, we want to separate the front of the ship from this part of the ship. So somewhere across here we're going to have a wall with a door, so this bit's fine. I think I could just put a cargo access point on here. Cargo terminal, that's it.
Meteor storm inbound.
And that sort of sorts this bit out. Main corridor, toilet, cargo, backup passage, and that means here we can do. Well, what's going on here? That's a okay. That's going to be a doorway there. So here I can do one of these, which I need more materials for. And then we can get into doing the other thing that we were going to do. Inset wall thingies. Kind was it? Like that, or was it like... No, it was fully laid back, wasn't it? That doesn't actually match though. Come on. No. Kind of like that. That's what we want. Is there one with a light? That'd be better. Right. And then here. Okay. Good. Then on top of that, I just need something that finishes that off. This whole bit is slightly off center, but I don't mind. I mean, by rights, that wall should be there really. But we pulled it back a little bit to accommodate a corridor in there. Here, well, actually this was probably always going to be a temporary one, but got a feeling, yeah, it's not a good thing to pull out. So here I ideally want to put some stairs in. Come on, perfectly diagonal railing, where are you? There. There. Hang on. Okay, so this will be better. Good. Right, so that's a lot better than before. Still here I kind of want to wall this down across, so I think that means that one of these blocks, that one, and can I get to it? That one needs to be changed out. It's just got to be one of them. Good. And that means I can put in between them something along the lines of that. Right, and same on that side, I think. Right, so now we're starting to see how the airtight is going to work. Good. So that blocks off a good chunk from there, but the bottom, everything from down there is still kind of part of this volume. But there'll be a door at the back there, and we're going to have a wall across here with a door, so yeah, we're going to get there. Right, I think I've done enough for this particular one occasion, so let's get ourselves somewhere I can sit down. Ideally the cockpit, because we've got to do some fixing because this ship's getting dangerous to walk around in. Ugh. Not safe at all. Ugh. Yeah, I'm going to have to retract the connector. Do a quick ready to lock and extend the connector again. We can have a look at that connector coming down. It's probably misaligned that. It's still connected though. We're green. We're good. Right. I'll probably do that one or two more times before it gets way out of alignment. Fixed. Good. Extreme heat warning. Ugh. Wonder if that's dangerous. Okay. Anyway, thank you very much for watching me fumble around with my ship for another hour or so. Have a fantastic week, and whatever comes between now and next time when I'm going to see you for another No Jetpack Survival. Bye for now.